Good morning and welcome to this week's issue of PrintTV News, the weekly news broadcast brought to you by AustralianPrinter.com.au, the recently relaunched website from Australian Printer. On AustralianPrinter.com.au you'll be able to go there every day and get the latest news updates from the Australian printing industry. Sign up for a free newsletter and be delivered directly to your desktop, tablet or smartphone. Check your spam folder if you're not getting it, because sometimes filters can be strong. News this week is led by the announcement of nominations for the PIAA, Printing Industries of Australia Association, Board of Directors that's due to sit on January the 1st for the next 2 years. This is a new board that supersedes the old board, which you'll remember went through a tumultuous time around about Christmas, New Year, when 4 members of the board had to felt they had to resign. Anyway, the new board members' nominations have just been announced. There will be contests in 2 areas, Victoria and Tasmania. The Victorian contest is an interesting one. It's between Peter Orrell of Finsbury Green fame, the multi-state environmental pioneering printing business, and Ron Patterson, who worked for the PIA actually up to 4 years ago as a state manager. His position was made redundant, and in the kerfuffle that went on at the start of this year, he was a vociferous critic of the board and of the PIA. Ron Patterson says he hopes to get the PIA working again as he sees it. Peter Orrell, of course, a successful businessman who's running a company at the moment. Ron Patterson, semi-retired private consultant. And then in Tasmania, there's also a contest. This is between Peter Clark, who many of you know founded AIW, the heatset printer in Melbourne, which at the time was the most advanced heatset printer in the country. When he launched it, it was super automated. The staff numbers were low, and since then, it's 15 years ago, his son now runs it. It's gone on to become one of the biggest and best run printing companies in the country. Peter Clark is now semi-retired as well, lives in Tasmania, works in consultancy and wants to give something back to the industry. He's facing off against the Mark Media General Manager, Martin Goulamsi, who also feels he has plenty to contribute. In the rest of the country, the current board is being re-elected unopposed. That's Walter Coon from Coon Corp, in Queensland, who has the backing of Tom Eckersley, the unofficial spokesman of the Members Action Group. Matt Aiken from Ive in New South Wales, Peter Lane from Lane Print in South Australia, Graham Jameson from Picton Press in West Australia, and Kieran May, who's the president from his own business across consultancy in ACT. Also, John Scott and Chris Seagart from Scott Print and Permanent Press will also be elected unopposed for the 2 positions representing everyone. So make sure you vote. Ballots open today for the next 4 weeks under the auspices of the AEC. An important vote for the future of the printing industry. Good luck to everyone there. The other big news story this week concerns the weather. Floods have been going on left, right and centre. South Australia not necessarily suffered floods, but a gigantic storm which knocked out the power for the entire state for 4 o'clock. Most of the printers we spoke to, Griffin Press, Terry Howe Printing, one of the quick copies in Adelaide, also the same story. 4 o'clock the power went off, but fortunately for them that was getting towards the end of the day, and none of them reported any problems rebooting the following morning. There's also Forbes in New South Wales have been suffering huge floods this week. The only printer there, Tom Dyer, owner of Court Press, says that while he hasn't been affected, the town has, and he expects it to have a significant knock-on to the detriment of business. And then also flood-affected printer from earlier in the year, Altered in Picton, Sydney southwest. Remember, we ran the stories, had serious problems with insurance. He was fully insured. It's taken him a fair bit of work to get insurance companies to cough up, which they have now done. A salutary lesson to us all there: make sure that your insurance is actually covering you and isn't just a premium that you're paying for an insurance company to knock you back when the time comes. That's it. The only other news: Aussies still loving Drooper, going at the same level as last time round. 2,500 Australians and Kiwis went there, which is a bit more than everyone else. The overall figures dropped by 20%. So the Aussies still loving Drooper. All the news every day on AustralianPrinter.com.au. This is me, Wayne Robinson, editor, signing off for another week.